Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I'm gonna go over one of the most common objections which you see in your agency or SMMA journey, which is send me a proposal, right? A lot of people get face this, especially beginners starting out, where they receive messages from potential clients saying, "Hey, I would like to see a proposal first before booking a meeting or before starting out with you," right? So on this very case, I was actually in an agency community and I saw this question, which I'm just going to read out to you. Hey, has anyone had a similar case where at the end of a call, clients ask you to send them a proposal? Has it happened with, like, it has happened with him multiple times, okay? And he has tried to send like email explaining like the general overview, the price, etc., etc. And this person in this community was asking, what's the best way to approach when someone asks you to send me a proposal, or and how do I eventually get over this objection as well? Okay, so my answer was pretty simple, and this is something which I've learned with my own experience with upwards of 2+ years at this point in this agency journey, right? This is what my answer was. Okay, so I used to get these objections a lot, but like after doing like hundreds of sales calls, I realized it usually came down to these three reasons, especially in my case as well. Number one was lack of info. Okay, and I'm reading out here, so I might not see you on the camera, but number one, lack of info. It can be fixed before the call through having like a video sales letter or like a value video, okay, which provides them context. So this can be fixed on call as well by having like a proper sales structure, describing your offer, how it will be tailored to the respective prospect on call. What do I mean? So number one scenario where you get this objection of send me a proposal is when you do not provide clarity to the prospect who's hopping on a call with you. The two ways to provide clarity to the prospect about your offer is by having like a video sales letter at least in place on your website before they book in a call with you, or the second scenario would be to explain the offer properly on the sales call or the demo discovery call itself, and always ask that if they have got everything right, like does it make sense to them, because a confused buyer never buys. So you want to ensure after you explain your offer, you want to ensure that everything goes through their head, they understand everything, and they have a clear picture, which will now allow them to make a rational decision whether to work with you or not. Okay, so this is number one scenario. Number two is lack of trust. A simple case of less credibility. This can be improved by showing off case studies, past results before the call. Okay, it can also be improved on the call by creating a simple pitch deck. So yeah, again, I think this is pretty simple. If you do not have any credibility, everyone is going to ask you for a pitch, like a proposal, because you do not have a proper pitch deck in place. They have not seen any results of yours, so they can't relate you to they can't relate you to you being a part of their journey to their desired results, to the client's journey to their desired results, right? So they need to build trust. You need to build trust with the prospect before they make a sale, okay, before you can make a sale with them. Does that make sense, right? So number three is just a common scenario of an unqualified or a bad prospect. They just want a reason to exit call. A lot of prospects usually use the send me a proposal objection as a reason to exit the call, even if it's like a cold call or the proper sales call as well. And like this could be due to a number of reasons. The most common reason I've seen is like they could be like financially unfit, okay, for your services, or they might just be window shopping. So like they probably can't afford it, and that's why they ask you to send a proposal so that now they can exit the call, or like they're just window shopping, okay, they're just looking at different agencies, they've not made up their mind. So yeah, one last thing which I would say, a quick tip which I would include is always make sure you've answered all your questions. Again, I repeat this with all three. I did mention it on like the first one, which is lack of info, but this is a quick tip. Like this simple tip works super well, and I've seen my sales conversion rates, close rates skyrocket since I implemented it, which is like just always make sure you've answered all your questions of your prospect before they leave the call. And again, as I say, the confused buyer never buys. So like, just an example of how you could go about it on like a call is, hey John, I know I threw a lot of information at you today. Do you have any questions? Or hey John, does it make sense to you? Okay, like, do you have any questions at all? Does the entire system like make sense to you? Do you have clarity on everything I covered today? So these are just bunch of questions which you can use on sales calls just to provide clarity to the prospect, so that they can make better decisions. So yeah, that's basically it. That's how you solve the objection of send me a proposal, which a lot of agency owners starting out get. And just implement these 3 points as well as the quick tip, and hopefully you'll be able to dismiss this objection as you move on and get more experience with sales calls. So yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.